Greetings! Mantorite79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alright, let's get started. Pressing the A button now.
Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days.
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are on the main menu, going to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger D-BT04. And I'm going to be using this Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger D-BT03 deck as the base of the deck I'm going to build. Alright, let's get started. Going to enter edit deck, entering edit deck. And here we are. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger deck made up of cards only available up until D-BT04. So first let's go to filter settings, pack, show only cards available in D-BT01, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT02, A Brush of the Legends, D-BT03, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT04, Awakening of Chakrabarti, Festival Collection 2021, and promo pack number 1, apply filter. Alright, so first up, the grade 3 lineup. For the grade 3 this deck we're playing right deck, grade 3, Gravidia Nordlinger, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, search your deck for up to 2 meteorite cards, put them into your order zone, shuffle your deck. And second skill, auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1 and put 1 or more meteorites from your order zone into your drop zone. If the cost is paid, until end of battle, this unit gets plus 15,000 power. If 3 or more meteorite cards are put into your drop zone for this cost, it gets plus 1 critical. If you put 5 or more, trigger effects activate twice. So for Nordlinger, it's the main grade 3 to play in this deck. The first skill, just by riding onto your Vanguard circle, you can search your deck for up to 2 meteorite cards and deploy them immediately into your order zone, thus securing you meteorite cards to activate the second skill of Nordlinger, which is auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1, put 1 or more meteorite cards from your order zone into your drop zone. If the cost is paid, not only can you give 15,000 power to Nordlinger, but if you manage to put 3 or more into the drop zone for this skill, you'll be able to give your Vanguard Nordlinger plus 1 critical. But if you put 5 or more, you can also have the chance to activate trigger effects twice. So for Nordlinger's second skill, it's a very powerful offensive skill. By attacking and paying the cost, the more meteorite cards you discard for this cost, you can not only add powers to your Vanguard at critical, but to also have the chance to activate your trigger effects twice if you're lucky enough to reveal any triggers in your Vanguard's drive check. So for Nordlinger, we got 4 on the deck, 1 on the right deck, leaving that way. Next up, the grade 3 Gravidia Burrito. Skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a meteorite card from your drop zone, put it into your order zone. Second skill, continuous as a rearguard. During your turn, if your opponent's rearguard is retired this turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. If 3 or more are retired, it gets plus 1 critical. So for Burrito, it's for skill, it's a powerful support card for the Nordlinger decks. The first skill, but just by calling into the rear guard and taking a Soul Blast of 1, you can take any meteorite card from your drop zone and play into your order zone. So this first skill is going to stack more meteorites to later activate Nordlinger's second skill. And the second skill of Burrito, during your turn, whenever a rear guard on your opponent's field is retired, you can not only give your Burrito plus 5,000 power, but if 3 or more were retired in the same turn, it gets plus 1 critical. So for the second skill, it's a good way to not only turn your Burrito into a 18,000 point attacker from the front row, but a plus 1 critical attacker, making it more likely to either pressure your opponent or finish them off with the increased power and critical. So for Burrito, we're going to be putting in 4 in the deck, okay? Next up, the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2 this deck, we're playing right deck, grade 2, Gravidia Behringer, skills for skill. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard or rear guard, if you have a meteorite card in your order zone, cost Soul Blast 3. If the cost is paid, draw a card. And this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. If your drop zone and order zone have a total of 5 or more set orders, this unit gets plus 5,000 power, active on opponent's turn 2. So for Behringer, it's the main grade 2 ride in this deck. The first skill, whenever you ride or call Behringer, if you have a meteorite face up in your order zone, you can pay a Soul Blast of 3 if the cost is paid. Not only can you draw 1 card, but you get plus 5,000 power to the Behringer who activated the skill. So for this first skill, it's not only a good way to restock your hand, but to also turn your Behringer into a potential 15,000 point attacker from the front row. And the second skill, as long as you manage to gather up more than 5 set orders in your total in your drop and order zone, you can give plus 5,000 power to Behringer, but the plus 5,000 is also active on your opponent's turn too. So with the second skill, combo with the first skill of Behringer, it's a good way to not only turn your Behringer into a potential 20,000 point attacker from the front row on your turn, but a 15,000 point front row unit on your opponent's turn as well. So for Behringer, we got 4 in the deck, 1 the right deck. We're taking 3 out, only playing 1 the right deck. And next up, the Great 2. The Great 2, Gravidia Nordlinger. Skill, action as a rearguard once per turn. Cost, Soul Blast 2. If the cost and paid, choose up to 5 meteorite cards from your drop zone, return them to your deck and shuffle it. If you return 1 or more cards until end of turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. If you return 3 or more cards, it gets plus 5,000 power. If you return 5 or more cards, it gets plus 5,000 power. So for Nordlinger, it's another support card from the Nordlinger decks. Its skill, just by paying a Soul Blast of 2, you can return up to 5 meteorite cards from your drop zone to your deck and shuffle. So it's a good way to restock your deck with more cards to decrease the chances of decking out later in the game. And then, after returning the up to 5 meteorite cards from your drop zone to your deck, you can add power to your Nordlinger who played for the skill. If 1 or more cards are returned to the deck, Nordlinger gets plus 5,000 power. If 3 or more, another 5,000. And if 5 or more, another 5,000. So for Nordlinger's skill, not only can you restock your deck, but it can also turn your rearguard Nordlinger into a potential 15,000 to 20,000 to potentially 25,000 point attacker from the front row. So for Nordlinger, we're going to be playing 2 in the deck. Next up, the Great 2. Set order, meteorite, following Hell Hazard, skills for skill order. After a set order is played, put into your order zone. Second skill, continuous. When you would count the number of meteorite cards put from your order zone to your drop zone for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, this unit counts 2 cards. And third skill, auto. When this card is put into your drop zone from order zone, bind this card, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So for Hell Hazard, it's one of the meteorite cards meant to be played in the Nordlinger deck. Its skill, the second skill, whenever this card is sent from the order zone to your drop zone for your Vanguard skill cost, it counts as 2 cards instead of 1. So for the second skill, it combos with Gravidia Nordlinger's second skill. Since the more meteorite cards sent to the drop zone from the order zone for the skill, you can get more power and other effects for your Nordlinger. So for Hell Hazard, when sent from the order zone to the drop zone, it counts as 2 cards, making it easier to activate the additional power, critical, or trigger multiplying skill of Nordlinger. And the third skill, whenever Hell Hazard is sent from your order zone to the drop zone, if you don't mind binding it as soon as it goes to the drop zone, you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards. So for this third skill, it's a good way to wipe out your opponent's field of rear guards as long as you don't mind giving up a meteorite from your drop zone after paying for the cost. So for Hell Hazard, we're going to be putting in 4 in the deck. Next up, the Great 2, Gravidia Nordlinger. Skill, auto as a rear guard. When this unit attack hits, search your deck for up or drop zone for up to 1 meteorite card and put it to your order zone. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So for Nordlinger, it's another support card for the Nordlinger deck. Its skill, just by landing a successful attack on either an opponent's Vanguard or rear guard, you can take 1 meteorite from your drop zone or deck and play it right away into your order zone. So this skill is a pretty good way to stack up more meteorites for your order zone to later activate Nordlinger's skill. So for Nordlinger, we're going to be playing 3 in the deck. Okay, and next up, the Great 1 lineup. For the Great 1s in this deck, we're playing right deck, Great 1, Gravidia Wells. Skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose any number of meteorite cards, reveal them, put into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, action as a rear guard once per turn. If your Vanguard is Gravidia Nordlinger, Soul Blast 1. If the cost and paid, choose up to 2 meteorite cards from your hand, put them in your order zone. This unit gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Wells, it's the main Great 1 to run this deck. Its skills, the first skill, just by riding Wells to your Vanguard, you have the chance to add potentially up to 7 meteorite cards from the top of your deck to your hand, depending on how many that's revealed during the activation of this first skill. And the second skill, just by paying a Soul Blast of 1 while Nordlinger is your Vanguard, your rearguard Wells can let you take 2 meteorite cards from your hand and put them in your order zone and get plus 2,000 power as well. So this second skill, it's a good way to not only stack up your order zone of more meteorite cards, but to also turn your Wells into a potential 10,000 point attacker from the front row or 10,000 point booster from the back row. Super Wells, we got 1 the right deck, leaving that way. Next up, the Great One, Violet Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard, skills for skill, continue with Sentinel, second skill, auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until the end of battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from hand and discard it. So for Violet Dragon, it's one of the perfect guards for the Brandt Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can block one enemy attack, but it also features an ability unique to all these standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Violet Dragon a no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. So for Violet Dragon, we got 4 in the deck, leaving that way. Next up, the Great One, Neatness Meteor Set Order, Meteorite, Neatness Meteor Shower, skills for skill, order. After a set order is played, put into your order zone. Second skill, continuous. You may have up to 16 Neatness Meteor Shower in your deck. Third skill, auto. When this card is put into the order zone, you may soul charge 1. If it was put by your Vanguard's ability, you may draw a card. Fourth skill, auto. When this card is put from your drop zone, from your order zone, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So for Neatness Meteor Shower, it's one of the another meteorite cards that are meant to be played in your Nordlinger deck. Its skill, the second skill, you have up to 16 cards of you have up to 16 meteor showers in your deck. So for the second skill, it lets you exceed the usual, only having maximum up to 4 cards of a single card in the deck. This second skill will let you keep 16 Neatness Meteor Shower in your deck, making it easier to stack up more meteorites on your order zone to activate Nordlinger's skill later on. And the third skill, whenever you place Neatness Meteor Shower into your order zone, you can soul charge 1, and if it was placed by your Vanguard's ability, you can also draw 1. This third skill is a good way to not only stack up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also increase your hand size by letting you draw more cards. And the fourth skill, whenever this order card was placed from your order zone to the drop zone, you can retire 1 rear guard. So this fourth skill, it's a good way to clear your opponent's field of rear guards. So for Neatness Meteor Shower, we got 16 in the deck, so we're going to be taking, let's see, 8 out. Only going to be playing, let's see. Yep, only going to be playing 8 Neatness Meteor Showers. And now we're going to be putting in the Great 2. Let's see. Nope, the Great 1, sorry. Great 1, let's see. What Great 1 to put in the deck? For the Great 1, I guess I'll put in... The Great 1, Gravidia Nordlinger, skill auto as a rear guard. When this unit attack or boost, if your order zone has 3 more meteorites, Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, countercharge 1. And this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Nordlinger, it's a pretty good card to play in your Nordlinger decks. Its skill, whenever attacking or boosting while having 3 or more meteorites in your order zone, by paying the Soul Blast of 2, not only can you countercharge 1, but it gets plus 5,000 power. So Nordlinger is a good way to not only refund your counter blast for later skills, but to also turn your Nordlinger into a potential 13,000 point attacker from the front row or 13,000 point booster from the back row. So for Nordlinger, we're playing 2 in the deck, and okay. And then the Great 2 Gravidia Standard, we're taking it out. Okay. And now for the Great 0 lineup. For the Great 0's deck, we're playing right deck, Great 0, Gravidia Nordlinger, skill, auto. When this unit is written upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Nordlinger, it's the starter unit of this deck. If you ride on top of it, if you went second, you get to draw a card. So for Nordlinger, we got 1 the right deck, leaving it that way. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we're playing the Great 0, Cardinal Draco Barbazonde, critical trigger. We're playing 4, keeping it that way. Next up, the grade 0, Patrol Robo, Decker Cup, Critical Trigger, Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost and paid, choose from your units. It gives plus 2000 power until end of turn. So for Decker Cup, it's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Brandt Nation decks. Its skill, after boosting attack, regardless of hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Decker Cup from your rear guard into your soul, you can give one unit in your field plus 2000 power, so add it to your Vanguard rear guard. So for Decker Cup, its skill is not only a good way to restock your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also give your remaining attackers a little extra power to work with. So for Decker Cup, we got 4 on the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 0, Cardinal Draco and Pyro, front trigger. Not going to play this card anymore, taking it out and replacing it with the grade 0, Ameliorate Connector, draw trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5000 shield. So for Ameliorate Connector, it's a powerful draw trigger to play in your Brandt Nation decks. Its skill, when used to guard with while your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets plus 5000 shield, making Ameliorate Connector a potential 10,000 point shield on its own. So for Ameliorate Connector, we're going to be playing 3 in the deck, okay? Next up, the grade 0, Cardinal Prima, Nabilem, heal trigger. We got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. And now for the grade 0, Star Dragon, D-D Infinitude, Elder Breath, over trigger, skill, trigger, additional effect, double the power and critical of all front row units until end of turn, increase to double its power and critical when activated. So for Elder Breath, it's the over trigger for the Brandt Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card. But it also features an ability unique to it alone. Its skill, when revealed during a drive check on your turn, you can double the power and critical of all front row units in your field, both Vanguard and rear guard included. So for this skill, when revealed during a drive check, Elder Breath will let you double the power and critical of all front row units, your Vanguard and rear guard, making it easier to potentially pressure or finish off your opponent with the increased power and critical. So for Elder Breath, we got 1 on the deck, leaving it that way. Alright, so the deck's been built, Cardfight explains, let's save the deck. Alright, deck being built, yes. Alright, so for the cards in this deck, we're playing 4, grade 3, Gravidia Nordlinger. 4, grade 3, Gravidia Backer Burrito. 1, grade 2, Gravidia Barringer. 2, grade 2, Gravidia Shergo. 4, grade 2, Falling Hell Hazard. 3, grade 2, Gravidia Ilk. 4, grade 1, Violet Dragon. 2, grade 1, Gravidia Orgrill. 1, grade 1, Gravidia Wells. 8, grade 1, Neatness Meteor Shower. 1, grade 0, Gravidia Dellen. And for the triggers in this deck, we're playing 8 critical triggers, 3 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and 1 over trigger, Elder Breath. Alright, deck built, Cardfight explained. Now let's get on testing out the deck. So leaving the edit deck menu, returning to main menu, going to fight menu, selecting CPU fight, and selecting the deck I just built, the Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger D-BT04 deck. Selecting deck and now choosing the opponent. Okay, who would be a good opponent to test this deck out on? Let's see. I guess I'll test this deck out on Megumi Okura, normal difficulty. Alright, the battle begins. Get started. Alright, deciding who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper to paper, one more time. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors to rock, I lose. Going second. Alright. drawing our starting hands. I got a Meteorite, a Orgil, a Backer Burrito, a Heal Trigger, and a Raux. Okay, then I'm gonna be holding on to all these other cards, just sending the Heal Trigger back. A Meteor Shower, not bad. Alright, send the Vanguard. My opponent goes first. She rides the Great One. Karis, okay. Now it's my turn. Draw. I'm gonna ride for my right deck, Gravidia Wells. For the right deck cost, let's see, I got 2 Meteorite cards, a Orgil, a Backer Burrito, a Rauk, and a Nordlinger. Alright, then let's see. I gotta hold on to the Persona right naturally, and I gotta hold on to what else? Let's see. I can use Backer Burrito's first skill to place a Meteorite from a drop zone to the order zone. Rilk has the similar skill, so with these 2 skills, any Meteorites in my drop zone have the chance to go to the order zone, so I guess I'll ditch one of the Meteorites in my hand to later use these skills to return it to my order zone. Discard 1 Meteorite to ride from the right deck, Wells. I activate my starter skill, I draw a card. I drew another Personarite, not bad. Then I activate my Vanguard skill, Wells. I check the top 7 cards on my deck for Meteorites. I got only 1 Meteorite? Seriously? Out of 7 cards, only 1 Meteorite. Ah, what rotten luck. Fine, I'll take 1 to my hand, okay. Next, I set 1 Meteor Shower onto the order zone. And I soul charge 1 by the skill. I soul charge a Grade 3 Backer Burrito. Not bad, I guess. Alright. Then I guess that's enough. Go into battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, AK. The attack goes through. Drive check. Heal Trigger. Okay. I wasted a trigger, so just adding power. But at least I have a card to guard with later. 1 damage. Damage check. Ah, draw trigger. Come on. Of all the triggers to get, it had to be a draw trigger of all things. Alright, end of turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent rides the Grade 2 Lattice. Carries a skill. The top card of his deck is Damainaru. Ah, come on. Just a draw trigger and now another attacker. And he's calling Genoza. Okay. Alright, I don't have that much to guard with, so I'll let the Vanguard and the next rear guard go through. I'll just block the first attack. I guard with a heal trigger. Guard, 23k. And the attack is blocked. Okay. Now the Vanguard. No guard, took the hit. My opponent drive checks a... Ah, come on! Front trigger! How is she so lucky with all the triggers? 1 damage. Damage check. Heal trigger! Alright, I heal. I cannot heal, but add power to the Vanguard. I don't have enough to guard with. Gotta hold on to the rest of these cards for my offense, so... guess I'll just let the next attack go through. No guard. Ow! Damage check. Draw trigger, yes! I draw a card. Add power. I got a critical. Decker Cop, not bad, I guess. Right, my turn. Stand and draw. Meteor Shower. Okay, I ride for my right deck. Gravidia Behringer. And for the right deck cost, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna ditch another Meteor Shower in my hand to ride Behringer. Behringer's skill, I soul blast 3 cards and draw 1 card. I drew... Oh, come on, a heal trigger? Now that's 3 heals out of my deck. How am I so unlucky with my triggers today? Well, my opponent keeps getting all the good triggers. Whatever, I'm gonna call Gravidia Rilk to the rear guard. Call. And I called Gravidia Orgil to the rear guard. Call. Next, I play Set Order, Neatest Meteor Shower, deploying it to the order zone. And skill, I soul charge 1. Soul charging 1. A draw trigger. Oh, come on! Seriously? Why are all my triggers being wasted? Whatever, go into battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 15k. Drive check. No trigger, perfect guard, not bad. 1 damage to my opponent.
まだよ
Damage check. No trigger, safe. And now boosted by Orgale. Rock attacks the Vanguard, 18k. She guards for front trigger, 25k.
ガード
And okay, that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn.
ターンエンド私のターンねドロー
She's gonna ride the grade 3. Silverhorn Beast King, Magnolia. Skill of Lattice. The top card is a front trigger, nice. 1 trigger wasted. Finally, something good happens to me.
スキル発
She
動
calls Damainaru, skill on to
パワープラス
Ginoza. It can attack from the back row. Okay, Vanguard to Vanguard. Let it go through, no guard. Gotta conserve my hand for the rear guard
ドライ
attacks.
ブチェック
Twin Drive. Magnolia, not good. She can Persona right next turn. Second check, grade 2. Okay, safe. 1 damage to
こ
me.
こで決めるわ
Here it comes, 1 damage. Ow!
ダメー
Damage
ジチェッ
check.
ク
No trigger, Meteor Shower.
マグノリアのスキル
Magnolia's skill, letting a back row rear guard attack from the.
パワー
She
プラ
gives
ス
it to the. Okay, giving it to the front trigger, but not enough power. Okay,
スキル発動
Ginoza skill.
パワープラス
Adding power to the front row. Okay. Got a bet on a damage trigger. No guard, take the hit.
ノーガード
Come on. Out. Trigger, trigger. No trigger. Come on.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Take it again. Come on. Give me a trigger. Out. Damage check. Oh, come on. No trigger.
ヴァンガードに
The
アタ
rear
ッ
guard
ク
attacks the Vanguard. 34k, so double guard. 40k. Attack blocked.
ガード
And safe.
ターンエンド
Alright,
私の
my turn, stand and draw. I'm gonna ride for my right deck, Gravidia Nordlinger. For the cost, let's see. I gotta hold on to all the perfect guards and a Persona Ride and back Bushiroad to attack from the front row. So I'll ditch the second copy of Nordlinger in my hand to ride Gravidia Nordlinger.
ライド
Nordlinger's skill. I search my deck for 2 Meteorite cards and deploy them to the order zone. I'm deploying Falling Hell Hazards, 2 of them. Wait, 1 Falling Hell Hazard and 1 Neatness Meteor Shower. Deploying Meteor Shower skill. I can Soul Charge and draw. Soul Charging 1. Oh, critical trigger, come on! I draw a card. Licks, not bad. Alright, then I call Backer Burrito to the rear guard. Call
コール
Backer Burrito's skill, Soul Blast 1.
スキル発動
Deploy a Meteorite from my drop zone to the order zone. Neatness Meteor Shower. Deploy and
スキル発動
not gonna activate Soul Charge this time. Okay, that should be enough. Then go into battle phase. First up, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Skill activated. Counter Blast 1. Send, let's see, 5 Meteorites. Let's see, I got. Okay, I send 3 Neatness Meteor Showers and 1 Falling Hell Hazard to the drop
こ
zone.
こからが本当の戦いスキル発動
Okay, these 4 adding power and critical and trigger effects will be doubled this turn. I activate Meteor Shower skill, retire rear guard. I retire Ginoza. Again, Neatness Meteor
ス
Shower.
キル発動
Retire Damainaru. Again, Meteor Shower.
スキル発動
Retiring another Damainaru. And Falling Hell Hazard. I bind it to retire another rear guard.
バインド
Retiring your Frenzied Eris. Okay.
ノーガード
Twin Drive, first check. Yes! Critical trigger, just what I needed. I give critical to my Vanguard. Power to Backer Burrito.
クリティカルプラス
Critical
パワー
double added. Power double added. Critical to my Vanguard again. Power to Backer Burrito.
クリティカルプラス
Critical added.
パワー
Power added. 4 damage.
ド
Second
ライ
check.
ブチェック
No trigger. Perfect guard. Not bad. Now 4 damage to my opponent. Let's go.
アタック
Meteorites falling and boom. 4 damage. First check. Ah! Heal trigger! Oh, but she cannot heal. I got 5 damage, so trigger effect wasted. Second check. No trigger. Third check. No trigger. And fourth check. Come on, nothing. Yes, no trigger. 6 damage. I win. Huh, that was rough. The triggers weren't working for me in this battle, but I was able to take advantage of my new card skills to eke out a win, so not bad, I guess. I got win, double critical, double trigger, one of within 6 turns, retired 5 more opposing units. I got 1800 BP, total 8925 BP. Press A to go next, leaving the fight, returning to fight menu. And leaving fight menu, returning to main menu. Back to the main menu, going to edit deck. And with that, just finished explaining the deck's build and card effects, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you. And so, with that, this is all the time we have for today. So first up, I want to say thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that, I say goodbye and see you.